going to be used by Faker as he hijacks it away. And there it is, returned in kind. And Zeka will finally claim the jungle. Bullet time comes through. It does get a bit of damage down, but it's not going to bending. His AD carry, the flash not quite working, but now Doran throwing some needlework towards Peanut, who wants to get himself away and does. Volt making something happen as Doran gets into the backside. Owner has found Peanut once again, and now the bullet time's going to need to save them. Going to make his way over. Let's see whether this soul point can be denied. Hexgates coming on in as Zeka finding so much damage. There's the steal. It's Zeus that takes it down, and the Pop Blossom doesn't do nearly enough.
They're in the
T1, they do lose 2. They have 3 left, still alive. Shattering Strike not doing too much as Doran and Goom are able to take down the Rel. And now it's even footing. Faker trying to find it. The dash cannon getting him into this fight is now Viper in trouble. The Chains land! And they try and keep him alive, but it does not work. Zeus trying to push them away as Faker doing so much work, and Owner is there with the follow-up. Well, they're going to look for it here as Delight going to be able to use that blast cone, but he's down incredibly low and will get taken down. Possible overextension though, as the Orb of Deception does a lot of work as Faker dashing around the battlefield with his hijacked Spirit Rush. Now Pop Blossom is going to find only one, but it's Zeus. That is a great target as now Zeka looking for the chance. The bullet time doing massive damage for Doran. Now we're going to get on top of Viper, who is completely alone and will get eviscerated. The wallet's so heavy here for T1, and they just
melees that can just rip you to shreds.
Yeah. Speaking of being ripped to shreds, Peanut gonna try and get over the wall, but the flash is there for Owner, and he just knocks down the Vi. There is nowhere to take this Baron. It looks like it's going to be impossible. Under 4,000 health as Delight goes in, finds the Magnustorm. Let's see whether they can get the kills with the Pop Blossom. Doesn't do too much. They take down the Gwen, but this is still Baron picked up for T1. They go for the fight, and they're looking to try and turn it. Kamiushi takes down Zeka. They've dealt with this Rel at the same time, and T1 say we'll just take everything. Nimbus Strike going to be coming up pretty soon here, and Faker comes on over. He's just going to escort Owner in. Going golden here. Those big old scissors doing some work. There is the Magnustorm finally. The bullet time coming in, but the wallets are so big. The Pop Blossom massive as well, and T1 just slaughter them in their own house, and they'll destroy it at the same time. T1 1-0 in the series.
From the perspective of Hanwha Life, you got reverse swept, and you end the game that I think you should have been happy with when it comes to draft, with a clean ace.
The Realm Warp in as Faker off to the side, doesn't get hit by that Q, and in comes Owner to finish him off. First blood going over to the Pantheon as a teleport. Judge, and there's Chain CC. I think he's dead. Yeah.
They got him this time.
Yeah, They did get him this time, so there we go. One.
Not going full damage.
Going to connect here is, okay, they're going to go for the Chain CC. Carrion tries to move himself out of the way, but Peanut locks down that kill and just okay, Keeper's Verdict does get him out of there. Now Faker is the one left alone. Zeus turns up. Enough of that funny business, says HLE, it's Viper that gets the kill. T1, as he finds it, it is just about perfect, as now they just single out Zeka. That is going to be kill on the other side, though, as both mid laners are now lying in the dust. The curtains have been called, and T1 has split the flash forward from Delight, as now Zeus turns up to be that monster in the front line. The carrier is still being a menace. Zeus is looking to lock him down, as Gumayushi over the wall is getting the pot shots in. Viper now singled out by Doran, who still has a lot of damage, and Zeus will be cut down where he stands. HLE once again losing a team fight.
And then again, it's Doran.
Public execution goes in as Viper is just going to get executed. They blow him up. And now the Chains of Corruption to hold Zeus in position. The rest of HLE trying to get here, but 2 are already on the floor, and T1 are just happy that they've showed up for the slaughter. The knockup comes in though, and Doran is going to be taken down, but Delight will also be returned as another one. And there is the Keeper's Verdict. Carrier not going to opt into it, but they've still won the fight.
Salvage there from Peanut and Zeka to turn this into not a complete disaster, but I still think that...
As we saw last time, Viper fighting against Doran though. Deadly Flourish comes in, they take down Owner, and now Doran finds himself inside the blender, and he will be taken out. Now the curtains have been called. Carrier slowed down. Death Charge going to come through here, but Faker just decides he wants to kill Zeus, and he might be able to do so. Gumayushi in a fair bit of trouble as Zeka distracted by the Poppy once again. Viper now looking for an angle. Deadly Flourish, will it be in range? And he doesn't quite find it, but he doesn't need to. It's a double for Zeka, and HLE running away with it now. Bar is pretty high. He's still alive for now. The Death Charge comes into public execution, misses onto this Victor, who is just standing in amongst all of his bodyguards, and now Faker is singled out. It's Zeka's turn to close in. Faker's still looking for that damage, but now the fight is ensuing on the other side. Delight might give himself up, but the knockup is there from Zeus. He's trying to stand in the way, and Zeka might get executed here by Doran. He goes golden, and Doran is still alive. They take him down as the arrow is going to be there from Gumayushi. Can is here's the keeper's verdict. They do get rid of the Sai on the front line. Is now gone. The gravity well is doing so much work here as Zeka just walks away and lets that Arcane Storm do the work, but it's Gumayushi, it's Faker, and they have so much damage, and they'll get the soul off the back end. He misses. Is the knockup going to be there? The rest of T1 are turning up. Guma's still trying to kite this one out. He finally dies. The knockup is huge there from Delight at the same time as HLE are trying to fight off Doran on the other side of the fight, and things are going completely wrong for HLE on the top side. Delight trying to get out. The flash in front from Carrier is just gorgeous, and Doran can do no wrong here in Busan.
And why Hanwha Life is firing skill shots into the nothingness of the rift. Doran is 1v2ing.
Yeah, I want to have a chat with Aslan, man. That guy is getting hit by everything there in Narnia.
Oh man, Doran is just having the series again, just like he did yesterday.
Let's see how long it lasts. As there's another public execution. Doran getting in amongst 5 people underneath the turret. They haven't gone down just yet, but there's the Grand Starfall. Here is T1, and it's a double already for that man in the top lane. Zeka gonna go golden, and just watch as T1 rolls over the top like this wave that is just attacking them in their base. Viper, yeah, I think probably sticking around on this fountain is going to be the right idea, as T1 will move to match point here and make it possibly a pretty short one here in Busan.
And that bot side play, the power of friendship, T1 have done that exact thing so many times. Oh no, someone's out of position, and before you know it, reinforcements come in, the stall comes through, and the team fighting from T1 today, just outmatching Hanwha.
T1 completely on form as well. And even though in these first 2 games,
the Winds of War come down, and the Sonic Wave is going to miss. That would have been a dead Zeka there, a dead gargoyle underneath the turret, and it might still be, as Carrier not quite with the amount of damage, but the feathers get recalled, and here comes Faker. He finds the angle. There's another Pyroblast. It could be a triple for the Annie as Tibbers looks to clean up, and it's in fact, Flash does come through as Zeus gets the transformation. The turret's getting aggressive. Zeus still trying to get out of here, but it does not work. But the door has been set up as Viper in a decent spot. The culling this time is going to actually hit some T1 players, but the block from Faker is so good, and Zeus will just get wiped out. Oh man, is this T1? Is this the Harlem Globetrotters? They are up, as they're now just looking to take down Peanut. They'll take that one very comfortably. Delight next on the menu. Delicious. Here's the knockup comes through. My god, the damage, as Zeka will be eviscerated.
Nice.
And Viper standing alongside.
they could perfect game Hanwha to knock them out of MSI.
Oh, that is absurd. Okay, Zeus is just going to get taken down under this turret unceremoniously. Onto Gumayushi, he's got the shield, the flash, but the Feather Storm is there in answer, and Zeus cannot do anything as he gets that backline. It's the Pyroblast from Faker that locks him down, and they might be able to get one. Carrier is going to fall. There goes the perfect game, but it doesn't mean anything because they are stamping their ticket to MSI in this play right here. Is just going to run towards Faker. The all-out from Doran just says, nope, no Mega Cone for you, sir. As in goes Carrier, finds them all in that back line as the Galio comes down, but he just gets booted out of the rift entirely. Zeus now just chamber, ladies and gentlemen. Doran tanking up this turret momentarily. The grand entrance holds him in place here in this mid lane. The heroic entrance is going to get a knock up onto the Rakan. Yeah, they'll be able to kill him again, but do they have any chance in the rest of this fight? And the answer is maybe they can get Faker, but otherwise it is all T1 as Gumayushi will be able to take down his former teammate, Pelv. Zeus decent Naba position right now, but there is the insect from Ona. He's going to be able to take down Vipers. Now Peanut once again finding himself in a precarious spot, but not as precarious as what Zeus is dealing with right here. It's a cute little gnaw, and he might be able to keep himself alive for a little bit longer, but T1 are still just messing with them. As finally the Sonic Wave is going to connect, and Ona collects another kill. Delight puts up the door. He's got a flash, but he doesn't have a chance to use it. And now T1, with so many members of HLE out of this game right now, they're going to look to take down an inhibitor and get this first Nexus turret taken down as well.
26-3, 8 turrets to 0, no objectives for Hanwha in this final game.
And I had a line prepared about denying golden roads and things like that. I just don't think it's relevant. T1 were just so damn good today. It didn't even look like Hanwha Life Esports turned up. They'll take down the Nexus, and T1 will stamp a deserved spot at MSI.
On one side of the arena, elation for T1 returning to form. A T1 that struggled through LCK Cup, was defeated by this very same team early on in our playoffs. A team that had